तो स्टोरी टेंट को शुरू होते हुए अभी इट्स बिन ओवर अ ईयर एंड इट्स बिन दिस ब्यूटिफुल जर्नी जहां हम वीव बिन एबल टू कनेक्ट विद डिफरेंट ऑथर्स, पोएट्स, क्रिएटर्स एंड हमारा बस यही एक विजन रहा है टू क्रिएट अ वाइब्रेंट कम्युनिटी ऑफ वर्ड्समिथ्स एंड एम्पावरिंग देम टू ग्रो एंड go beyond their horizons. So, first of all, more than anything, we are truly, truly humbled that our efforts have been recognized and appreciated. And with your unwavering support, and we are doing this antimatter event in collaboration with Elan Nvision, which is an extension of IIT Hyderabad's event making section. So we are very proud to have our first online literature festival. So we all did it together, guys, and this means a lot to all of us. And today we have a lot of eminent personalities, and it's very hard to describe these people on what they have contributed to the field of literature. And I believe that these people will be the true lamps that will guide us to the future of what literature can be in our nation. And today it's truly, truly, truly my honor to welcome Professor Milind Sudhakar Marathe ji, the esteemed chairman of the National Book Trust, as our chief guest. Dr. Professor Marathe has been a true pioneer and guiding force in advancing literature and literary work in India. His remarkable contributions include organizing prestigious book festivals in Srinagar, Pune, Shillong, Lucknow, Ujjain, and New Delhi. Initiatives that have played a pivotal role in fostering a love for reading, particularly among students and youth. With his wealth of experience in policy making and leadership, Professor Marathe has constantly worked to promote and strengthen the culture of reading and literature in our country. It is an honor to have him with us today. So I now, with a lot of gratitude, invite Professor Milind Sudhakar Marathe, our distinguished chief guest, to address the delegates of the Online Literature Festival of Antimatter and inspire all of us with his insights on charting the growth of literature in today's ever-evolving times. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Tejal. I hope I am audible to all of you. Yeah, Tejal, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So, I am very happy and I am thrilled to be a part of Online Literature Festival, which is titled in a very peculiar way, and that is the antimatter. I, being a faculty of electrical engineering, actually the antimatter concept was a truly scientific. Just to say a few things about the scientific concept of antimatter, if you see that the electron, neutron, and proton consist of the basic elements of the atom, and electron is negative, neutron is a neutral, and proton is a positive, electron is moving around with its typical spin and a direction clockwise or anti-clockwise in a particular shell, S, P, D, E, F. These are some of the names of the shelf in electrons move. This is established theory. When you talk about the antimatter, can you think about electron moving in opposite spin, in opposite direction, with a charge positive? Can we call it as a positron? Similarly, you change this charge of proton, their spin, and the theory says that if such antimatters come together, then they will vanish in 1/7 second and a tremendous energy will be eliminated from the elimination of that matter. No doubt, when we were in the Newtonian world, when the laws of Newton were predominant in scientific atmosphere, at that time this was not thought of. But when the Albert Einstein came in and he suggested and proved that the matter and energy are interconvertible, and with his famous equation E is equal to mc square, he proved that yes, matter can be vanished and it can be convertible into tremendous, huge energy. So that is the idea of antimatter concept in pure science. And I'm very excited that the founder of StoryTent, Anushri, has kept this very peculiar name, title, which is called as an Antimatter Online Lit Fest. And in the brochure, she said that it is about stories that break the paradigm. So breaking the paradigm is the basic theme of Antimatter Online Lit Fest. And when you say paradigm or changing paradigm or breaking the paradigm, what comes in our mind? Rethinking, evolving new things, divergence in established paths, challenges the young generation will take and question the present status of the theory. Similarly, it's a disruption. Then in literature, this antimatter can be thought of as challenging the literary norms, embrace unconventional forms of articles, poetry, literature, unconventional forms, courage to do new experiments, innovation. That is the paradigm shift in literature. Being a professor of electrical engineering, I will tell you one very important disruption or change paradigm in a process of making groundnut flour. मूंगफली का पाउडर बनाने का जो प्रोसेस साइंटिफिकली प्रूवन था, वो क्या था? व्हाट वाज इट? इट वाज टेक अ मूंगफली, crush it, and after crushing just try to grind it, then you will get a powder, and it can be used in many things, in food preparation and in many preparations. So that was the established process for a long time. But when there is a disruption, change in a paradigm, a scientist, no doubt electrical engineers, they thought that can we change the process? Then what they did, they took one nut, ground nut, they cut it into two parts by a blade. Then those two parts were cut further into four parts, then to 8, then to 16, then to 32, 64. They go on cutting the small parts of the groundnut, and after n number of iterations, they will say, or they said, yes, now it is a groundnut powder. And because of this paradigm shift, the whole industry of mixers came up. What is the philosophy of mixer? It cuts, it doesn't crush. So that was the paradigm shift. It was the disruption in the process. And I think that the Anushri is thinking about the disruptions in the conventional forms of literature. And really it is appreciable. So thanks to Anushri for this excellent new experiment. And because of that, I'm very happy to be here in this inaugural session of Antimatter. With this brief background, I should thank my colleague in National Book Trust, our board of trustee member Ashish Wakankarji, who is also an important speaker in this particular Antimatter Online Lit Fest. He introduced me to Venkateshji and Anushri, and because of these three people, I am here today with you all for inaugurating this Online Lit Fest. Now, to start with, National Book Trust, being a chairman of National Book Trust, I would like to say that National Book Trust is already in this particular reading books, reading culture, thoughts, literature in this field. We are a very old organization with new approaches. We established on 1st of August 1957, and our objective is to encourage the production of good literature, and the literature with absolute quality and affordability. I will underline the word affordability, because the quality and affordability should go hand in hand. Then and then only it will reach to the masses. So NBT is for quality of books and affordability of books. To give a brief review of the NBT, because I take this opportunity to tell something about the National Book Trust of India. We are under Ministry of Education, and we have clear-cut three mandates. First mandate is to create new literature books for all age group on various topics. But the one very important adjective for the books will be non-academic and supplementary reading. Non-academic and supplementary. Because the academic books is to be prepared by the NCERT in our country. University textbooks are to be prepared by the Board of Studies and Academic Council of the respective universities. And so National Book Trust is not in academic books. And second, we are not in serious reading, research-based reading. We are in supplementary reading, casual reading, unforced reading. So we do promote unforced reading among all age groups. So that is the first mandate, to create new literature on various topics. Second, very important, translation. In Hindi, it is a bhashantar. But I would like to describe it as a bhavantar, because the spirit of the material in one language should be transferred with zero error in another language. So the spirit is important. Otherwise, we have observed the machine translation. It has got its own limitations, even advantages also. So that is the second mandate. And the third mandate is, if this new literature and the translated version of good literature in various Indian languages or even foreign languages has to be picked up by the people, then there is a need for inculcating the reading culture among the population of this country. And so the third important mandate is to develop reading culture, reading atmosphere in India among the all age groups. Now we did some surveys also. And I would like to tell Anushri that in a survey done by the National Book Trust, the weakest link for the readers is between the age group of 25 to 55. I don't say that 25 to 35 age group students or young generation is not reading, but they are reading only about their profession. So I can say it is nothing but, I can say that it is nothing but the forced reading. They have to read it because they have to deliver in profession. And that is the reason why the age group 25 to 55, they are not in casual reading. They will not pick up, a chartered accountant will not pick up a novel and start reading. An engineer will not pick up a book which is non-technical, fiction, poetry, and start reading. So actually, that is the problem of today's age. And so NBT is working on that. Now, about the first mandate and the second mandate, translation. I would like to tell you that last year, just one last year, 24, NBT has published 3,360 books in last year. Number is huge. You divide it by 360, that means number of books will be published per day. That was the volume of the National Book Trust of India. But I will give you the breakup also. The new books which has been curated, were only 180. What does it mean? 180 books were curated newly by inviting the authors, by inviting various people to write a book on a particular subject. They were edited, proofs were checked, and 180 books were created by the National Book Trust of India. Yes, last year. So 180 is not also a small number. Divided by 12 and around 15 books per month we published, new books. Then there were 80 books, translated books. 2,500 were reprint and around 600 were revised. The difference between reprint and revised is, in reprint it is as good as same book is printed, because the first edition was sold out like anything. And so there was a huge demand, so we reprinted. But revise means the author thought that let me add something in a few chapters, or let me add some new chapter, some new introduction. So we call it as a revised book. So I'm proud that 3,360 books, means titles, were printed last year by National Book Trust alone. Until now, we have got a total 39,000 titles of 70 plus languages. Now, coming to the third mandate, that is nothing but the inculcating the reading culture among the population of this country. We do number of programs. We go for author seminar. We go for book fairs. In my introduction, I think Tejal has mentioned Srinagar Book Fair, Chinar Book Festival, Shillong Book Festival, Lucknow Book Festival, titled as a Gomati Book Festival, Pune Pustak Mahotsav, recently we concluded from 14th of December to 22nd of December. And I'm happy that around 10 lakh turnout were there in Pune, 2.5 lakh turnout in Gomati, 1.9 lakh turnout in Chinar Book Festival, Sri 9,000 in Shillong. Now, yesterday only, we have started, or we inaugurated the Sambalpur Book Festival, far-flung area of the Sambalpur in Odisha state. So it will continue for 9 days. And in pipeline, there is a Patna Book Festival, there is a New Delhi World Book Fair from 1st of February to 9th of February, where normally turnout is good. It is in Bharat Mandapam and it's a flagship program of National Book Trust. Last year, there was 20 lakh turnout for in 9 days. So this is something about National Book Trust's third mandate, that is to inculcate reading culture among the population of this country. Now, there is a change in the instruments or ways in which people are reading. E-books, audiobooks, animation books, many new things are coming up. And National Book Trust is venturing in all those areas. Now, I would like to quote one very excellent initiative by National Book Trust. It is a e-initiative, and that is nothing but the National Digital Library, Rashtriya E-Pustakalay. Go and search for e-Pustakalay, download the app. It is the initiative of Ministry of Education School, conducted by and executed by National Book Trust of India. And on Rashtriya E-Pustakalaya, you will find 1,000 e-books of various languages and of various topics: science, popular science, history, sociology, biographies, autobiographies, fictions, India at 75 series, Nehru Bala Pustakalaya series. We have got separate section for children literature, National Center for Children's Literature, NCCL. We have bilingual books. Why we came up with the bilingual books? Because we all are aware that the National Education Policy 2020 has given thrust on primacy of Indian languages for teaching learning. And not only in schools, but even in colleges if possible. Even the professional courses like engineering and medicines can be converted into the regional languages, and the experiments are already in place. No doubt in few number, but perhaps in coming days, the language barrier will go away. And that's why NBT started a bilingual book, no doubt for children, where the illustrations are predominant. So I think that National Book Trust is, as on today, predominantly in printed books zone, but we are entering into ebooks, audiobooks, and all types of new techniques, modern techniques of reading. Now, as far as the support of national books to various organizations in literary activities is concerned, we have a very good scheme that is called as a grant in aid. Being a trust, National Book Trust, so our formation is under the trust. And so we are not entitled to give any monetary benefits to anyone. But Education Ministry gives some budget to us, and they say that identify the good NGOs, good organizations, which are working in the area of reading books, reading culture, literature, new things, innovation, and support them financially. So that is a grant in aid concept. So like that, we can support, we can jointly venture the programs along with the various associations. For example, Pune Pustak Mahotsav, the Pune University, SPPU, Savitribai Phule Pune University was our partner. Then Ferguson College and the Deccan Education Society of the Ferguson College were our venue partner. So we can collaborate with various organizations in this book reading field, and we promote the activities of reading and books. So I think that NBT can definitely spread its activity to identify the young talents also. And one of the good initiative of NBT was PM Yuva Authors. We identified 75 authors, young authors below age 30. And recently we identified 41 young authors. Again, PM Yuva 2. PM Yuva 175 books were published already. And they are our esteemed authors with lifetime royalty. And so I feel that the reading and books are very important as far as the development of the country is concerned. And whenever I am saying it's a reading culture, there are various ways and means. If you play a beautiful piece on a guitar, it resides in the minds of the people, the lyrics or the tune, which will create a different atmosphere. And though it is not technically reading, it is assimilation of some good vibrations in your brain which will benefit the individual. And because of that, Kala Sanskriti, Natya Sanskriti, Kavya Sanskriti, Sahitya Sanskriti, Vachan Sanskriti, they all should be integrated. No doubt, NBT has got a mandate predominantly for reading books, but we are equally working with the artists, musicians, top authors. In Pune Literature Festival, it was inaugurated by a great author of my age, Shiv Kheda. Great things, great people don't do great things, but they do things differently. So Shiv Kheda. So such people we call. And the towering personalities of the authors we call at one end, and at second end we call very young authors. NBT has got a list of almost 42 authors who are in schools and below 8 standards. They have published their books, children books. We have a good list of them and we call them for children corners of various book festivals. So I feel that this literature festival online is also the need of an hour. Because when you go for a physical offline lit fest, cost shoots up. Logistics are very crucial. Sparing time other than the device, other than the qualitative time, logistic is needed. It demands the time, energy. And so the online lit fest is going to be very important in coming future. And because of that, I feel that this antimatter and the initiatives like this will definitely have a very big role to play in coming future. Remember, books generate thoughts, and thoughts can move the world. So the seeding of the thoughts through books among the young children, among the youngsters, and why youngsters? Even the middle-aged people, senior citizens, actually it is the seeding of the thought. And one thought can change your life, your approach, your attitude in various areas. And that's why I feel that such literature festivals are very important. And I'm happy that StoryTent is doing a great job. And Anushri could organize the online lit fest just after the foundation of the StoryTent in the period less than 1 year. So number of young authors, musicians, artists will come closer, and they will not only from the urban areas, but they will be from tier 2, tier 3 cities of this country. And StoryTent is trying to do that all. And the genuine talents, they reside in all parts of this country, not only in urban. No doubt the urban students or urban youth get more opportunities, but the hidden young quality talents are across the country. And it's good that StoryTent is trying to tap those talents and bringing them on surface and requesting them to create innovatively, disrupting the fundamental traditional thought processes. And that I am very happy, and I am thankful to Ashish Wakankarji to give me this opportunity to talk with the young generation. Now, to conclude my inaugural speech, no doubt it is predominantly related to the literature, printed book. I came across one good definition of literature, Sahitya, in Marathi or Hindi. Someone says that Sahitya is not the material which has been written, but Sahitya is a material that has been read by the people years together. Just open up the Bhagavad Gita. And today, even today, the Bhagavad Gita is as fascinating to individual. Every time you read Bhagavad Gita, a new meaning of Bhagavad Gita verse will come into your mind and it will change you from the within. But no doubt, it doesn't mean that the Sahitya should not be experimented for a short duration. Some Sahitya, literature may have short lifespan. I should not say the word, but I am quoting it. The shelf life of that Sahitya may be very small, but that gives rise to courage to experiment in a new direction. The author will feel, अरे यार ये साहित्य मेरा 2 साल के बाद कोई पढ़ भी नहीं रहे, सब लोग भूल गए, but he will try to make more qualitative the literature with more lasting impact, and slowly and steadily sahitya will grow. And that's why I feel that the literature is not only the thing which has been written, but it has been read by thousands of people years together. And one last definition of the Sahitya. I feel that I am very keen about that definition, and it is in Hindi. Sahitya, sahitasya, जिसमें सभी का हित समाहित है, ऐसा जो मटीरियल है उसको साहित्य कहना चाहिए. This definition is very close to my heart, because many times if it is not hitakarak to all, then the utility of that sahitya in nation building is not much. It is merely the attempt and effort of the artist or effort of the author, poet in moving towards the refinement of his literature. And so I feel that the things which will be placed in this antimatter will perhaps fulfill sahitasya equal to sahitya. Again, at the end, I thank Ashish Wakankarji to introduce StoryTent to me. Anushri, young and dynamic girl and founder member of StoryTent, the partner of this antimatter, Elan and Nvision of IIT Hyderabad. They have collaborated with StoryTent and the antimatter has emerged. So I wish a grand success to this online lit fest antimatter, and hereby I declare that antimatter is inaugurated, open, and now it is the platform for the young dynamic artists and poets and authors who will challenge the literary norms and come up with the new things. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Marathe ji. This was extremely inspiring for every single one of us, and we couldn't have expected a motivation beyond this. And having your blessings to begin something like this is more than we could have even dreamt of. I completely agree with you. The talent which is present in tier 2, tier 3 towns that we've always been motivated by has to be tapped into way more than it is. And it is a relentless effort that we keep reaching out, and we do that. And the way you just put everything in place for us, telling how we can, grow ourselves into the field of e-learning and e-books, etc., etc. That is new age learning. So how the new generation can be a part of it and can help guide it. Thank you for motivating us and giving us a direction in that. It means a lot to us, and just gracing us with your presence today is the most valuable insight for us. So thank you so much, Professor.